Dover Osur if you say a bracha on it. So Eliezer asked the question: if somebody is not Shemei Torah mitzvah, he doesn't have this question. If eating non-kosher, he doesn't have this question. If somebody he wants to start and he doesn't keep yet kosher, but to start with saying brachas. If he should say bracha, he's eating not kosher. So it's like this. If you want a short answer, it's like this. That the mechaber in Siman Reish Dalet, it says like this: Ochal Michael or Mashke Shel Isur Mipnei Hasakona. He doesn't talk about such a scenario where somebody he knows it's not kosher, he's not keeping Torah mitzvahs, he just wants to start somewhere, wants to start with brachas. He doesn't know. No, he says somebody have to eat Mipnei Hasakona. He's dangerously sick or hungry. If without food he would die. The only food he has, it's not kosher food, it's sakona. Pikuach nefesh, doich hakol. He says if that's the case, mevorach alav tchila v'soif. If it's sakona over here, and he eating a mitzat sakona, then you would say bracha beginning at the end. Now, from the mechaber mashma over here, if it's not sakona, if you're eating it, you know it's non-kosher mashma, you would not say a bracha. Now, then that's in Reish Dalet Halacha Tes. In Kuf Tzadik Vav in the beginning, it says like this: Ochal Dover Isur. If you're eating something that's forbidden to eat, Avalpi She'en Elamid Rabbanon, even using something that Isur Drabanon. For example, in food, Isur Drabanon would be if you're eating Bishul Akum, Pas Akum, the thing that's also Midrabanon. He said, even though Isur Drabanon and Mazamin Olav, if you're part of people eating together, 3 people, would not matzarav him to Zimun, then Mevorchim Olav, Lo B'tchila V'lo B'sof. If he's eating by himself, he wouldn't say Bracha Rishon, Bracha Achroina, even Isur Drabanon. Clearly, it's not contradicting what he spoke in the Reish Dalet. The Reish Dalet speaking about mitzvah sakona, but if it's not sakona, then you don't. Then he says, then you don't make a bracha. According to this, if somebody wants to start first step of his Yiddishkeit, starting with brachas, eating not kosher yet, he cannot make a bracha according to this. And then he says like the halacha based in Kuf Tzadik Vav. Im ochal dover isu b'mokim sakona mevorchim alom. That's exactly the same thing what he said. So according to the mechaber, again, I'm going to summarize, which is that's not the halacha. That's why you cannot learn just kitzur shulchan aruch and pasken from there. You have to know the bigger picture of the halacha. According to the mechaber, dover isur, you're definitely going to say a bracha on it. That's mashma almost l'kula alma, almost. Dover isur, the mitzat sakona, but sakona, the Ramo don't argue with him, nobody argue with that halacha. If it's sakona, like I said, if somebody in a place there's no other food, he's going to die, he's not going to eat, and he has only non-kosher food, that's going to say bracha on it. Or somebody have to take some kind of medication which is not kosher, but that's good mitzat the health side. Sakona, he's going to say bracha. If it's not sakona, you don't say bracha. That's what he says, the mechaber over here. Now, the machlok is really, I'm not going to go to my separations from the Gemara Mishnah because there's a lot of Gemaras back and forth. You could bring rayas. I'm going to go to the Rambam. Here is what the Rambam writes. We'll get a little bit of idea where it's coming from. The Rambam says like this in Ilchas Brachas Perek Aleph Halacha Yutes. Kol oichel dover osur. If you're eating something forbidden, ben bezoden, ben bishgoga. Whether you're eating it knowingly, it's osur. You don't know. You don't say bracha on it. Now the question right away over here, you could ask, if I don't know it's osur, you're telling me not to say bracha, I don't know it's osur. I think it's kosher. So what's the pshat in the Rambam? You don't say bracha at the beginning of the end. If you're not sure, it's a b'shoigek. You don't know it's b'chal, it's osur. You think it's mutar. What's shayach to tell me don't make a bracha? If I know it's osur, then it's not shoigek. So the Kesef Mishnah explained that part of the Rambam talks about bracha achroida. Let's say when I ate something, I did not know it was osur. I thought it was kosher. Then I find out, wait, it was osur to eat. I found out it wasn't a kosher product. I made a mistake in the kashrut or whatever. I thought it was kosher. Says that's what the Rambam said. You don't make a bracha, even though it was a shoigeg. You don't make a bracha. If it was dover osur, even by mistake, bracha achroina, bracha rishona, you did not know. Obviously, you made a bracha. That's the pshat. Says anyway. Ketzad reshachal tevel shel divrei. Even though he brings example of Isur Drabono, without getting the details, each one of them, that you don't make a bracha. How much more Isur the Raisa? Okay, then he goes, there's some Isur Drabonon, it would be mutar. Without getting, like I said, to the details of it, according to the Rambam, Boif and Kloli, well, let's talk about Dover Osur. You're eating mamash Dover Osur, you don't say bracha on it. You don't say bracha on it. Now, the Raavad disagrees with this Rambam, and he says like this. He says, because of a Raavad, on this Rambam, Tov is a toes gedola. But there when the Raavad is not so polite when he makes his hasogis, sometimes it comes out very sharp. He says he made a big mistake by writing this, and the Rambam he writes. The Raya, the Gemara says, when people sitting together and somebody ate dover isur, you cannot mitzarev the person that ate dover osur for zimun. Only for zimun. Because the reason for a Elam Chashibus Kvius, the zimun you do when we eat together. If you're eating Dover also, it's not part of our Kvius. We don't make a Kvius. We don't sit with somebody that eating Dover also. Yeah. So like this. Aval brochat chila v'soif. I skip some because I want to focus on the words Nagiatas. Aval brochat chila v'soif. Lama lo yivorach levnenu. Bottom line, he had but to do 2 averas, he make 1 avera. Eating not kosher. So you should make another avera. Enjoy from this world without bracha. At least they say bracha. Thank you for the food. So then the shita of the Raibet comes out. You would say the Raibet said you would say a bracha. Even eating dover osur. So according to the Rambam, you wouldn't. So the Kesed there looks like the Shulchan Aruch, which is followed the Rambam. He says no. If it's dover osur, you would not say bracha. Okay. Now here is what changes the Lamaisa on a practical level the halacha over here. Even though the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramo, it doesn't say anything. The Memal is masking with the Ramo. If it doesn't say anything, he's masking. So what changes this whole halacha? The Taz says something that many poskim follow the Taz. The Eliyah Rabbah, the Alter Rebbe, the Mishnah Brura, many follow this Taz. The Taz says like this. I'm going to start before. The Taz says like this. Venirali, the kule alma svirele, the masnisan shomer ochel tel and zam the eine shochel beshoyge. The ilu bemezid have a rosha gomor b'shes mamzin imoy. Says the whole machloikes, Rambam and the Raibet. If somebody ate the tevel, which is Isur the Raisa. Tevel is something you didn't give Meiser in Eretz Yisrael. It's also the Raisa to eat the fruit while they tevel. You didn't give Meiser, Trumas and Meiser. He says if he was bemazed, Lakula Alma, you're not going to make bracha, it's a Rosha. The guy, you cannot betzaref him to Zimun, is a Rosha Gomor. You're eating treifa, you're going to make him part of Zimun, part of Mitzvah. We're talking about when they had the shoygeg. We don't look at it as achila because he ate dover isur. He said like this: "Umitam zanir the oichel isur b'shas sakona the lo yiverach das Rambam the chatamu the shkiyas miyoben." According to the Rambam comes out, he says the Taz learned shot in the Rambam. According to the Rambam, even dover osur, you will not say bracha. Even though he's a onus, even though he's a sick or eating is nothing, you eat dover osur, you don't say bracha. That's how the Taz learned shot. He says. Okay. The Chosal says in the Rambam moide dako chagei vorach tamu moide. It says anyway he disagreed with the Beis how he learned shot in the Rambam. Now he's lamaisa lalacha. That's what the Taz concludes. Mikam lina lalacha nira. Shapir lachriya ken the oichel isur b'shoygeg yivorach acharov. He says if you're eating something isur was b'shoygeg, not b'mezid, you're going to say bracha acharoina, not like the Rambam. You're asking like the Ravid. Kevan shekvar posek the mokem sakon echayv levorach. Yeah, but do echodi. Yeah. Says according to this, since the ochal, according to this, what the Mechaber says, only b'mokem sakona, you would say bracha. If it's not mokem sakona, you don't say bracha. It's like I said, according to us, no. If you ate something, bracha is showing. If you know what's osur, that's not shaykh shoygeg, it's osur. You're not going to say bracha. If it's so according to this, if somebody wants to start with brachas, no, we're following over here the Rambam that you're not going to say. Not only the Rambam, it says the Ravid will mask him to it too. What do you mean? You know it's osur, you're a Rosh. What are you going to say bracha now? What can it's enam bracha and manats. But if you already ate. You ate and now you find out it's b'shoygeg. You thought it was kosher and you think it's not. So according to the way the Beis Yosef learns, you would not say bracha achroina on this. It's not oinus. It's only shoygeg. According to the Taz, you would say bracha achroina on this. You would say bracha achroina. So Lamaisa comes out like this: if you know it's not kosher the food, that's mashma. That's our conclusion of here. If you know it's not kosher, you cannot say bracha on it. If you know it, if you didn't know you ate bracha achroina. According to the Beis Yosef, you wouldn't. If it's not sakona, you're not going to say bracha on it. Yeah. According to the Taz, which is everybody follow. Here is what the lashon of the Alter Rebbe. Like I said, everybody masking this. The Eliyah Rabbah, the Alter Rebbe, the Mishnah Brura. Then halacha yesh lachriya. Shim ochal isur b'shoygeg. When you ate the bracha rishon, you said because you did not know it was osur. It says yevorech achareya. Aval amazed lo even lo b'tchila v'lo b'sof shen zo elamanat. According to this, it's universal. Kula alma. The way that they all agree that Taz understood the halacha different than the Beis Yosef, and he's right. That's what the poskim achronim machriya. If it's dover osur, you know it's osur, even though you look some to derive it. Oh, you could say bracha. Why not? Brikas anedim. No. It's a rosha. You're eating a treif. You're going to say bracha. What kind of bracha on a treif? There's no bracha on a treif. You're not doing it. If you made a mistake. You did not know was treif. You made bracha rishona. You ate a piece of meat that was kosher, shakal. You said shakal. Then you realize, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It was this. According to Beis Yosef, you're not going to say bracha achroina on it because it's not sakona. It's shoygeg. You don't make bracha ala yisur. According to the Taz, like I said, that's the halacha. What all the achroinim follow. If it was a shoygeg, you will say on it bracha. But if it's a sakana l'kul alma, you have to say bracha. If you're eating something you're masuk and you have to eat it, otherwise you're gonna it's a pikuach nefesh. You're gonna say bracha. If it's not sakana, if it was shoykek by mistake, after bracha you're gonna make. But bracha rishoina l'kul alma lahalacha. If you know dover osur, there's no bracha al dover osur.